You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, yesterday we had the toilet bowl between the New York Giants and the Raiders, and sure enough, the Giants proved themselves to be less vomit than the Las Vegas Raiders are. It turns out the Raiders are, in fact, more vomit, more puke this time, right now, than the Giants. And, of course, the number one overall pick is at stake. Well, we got a couple of things. Number one, Pro Football Focus has put out their latest mock draft in light of the new standings, the race for the bottom to try to get one of these two quarterbacks, and it is the first time I have seen this quarterback mocked to Vegas, right? And the other one is, yesterday, Maxx Crosby, he made some comments to Jay Glazer of NFL on Fox. Pete Carroll has now addressed said comments. We know, of course, Maxx Crosby was sent home the other day because, well, I mean, the Raiders are trying to tank. All right, they want a high draft pick. It's obvious. Tom Brady, Mark Davis, they want a quarterback. Of course, veteran players don't give a bleep about that at all. They want to go play. Maxx Crosby is claiming, I'm healthy. He's banged up, but he's healthy enough to play, and he wants to play. A lot of players came out, by the way, yesterday and said, I don't give a fudge about the draft. A mother F about the draft. I've got no problems with that at all. You know, they're playing for contracts and jobs next year. There are some interesting things in this mock draft. Now, you see this right here, Las Vegas Raiders, Fernando Mendoza. Las Vegas resets the quarterback position by selecting the Heisman Trophy winner, Fernando Mendoza. The 22-year-old enters the college football playoff quarterfinals with a 88.2 PFF passing grade, 7th best in FBS, alongside 21 big-time throws compared to just 9 turnover-worthy plays. Wow. That level of ball security will be welcome considering the Raiders' current quarterback is Geno Smith. He leads the NFL in interceptions. My man Geno taking strays. I mean, it is what it is. Sorry, Geno. Wow. And in case you're wondering, and by the way, Jordan Tyson to the Giants, Malik Neighbors, Jordan Tyson, Cam Scatterboo with Jackson Dart. Oh, man. That'd be must-see TV. Must see all the TVs. And in case you're wondering, the Jets, Dante Moore, Oregon. And again, we're working off the idea that that he's coming out. And in fact, that actually flies for Fernando too. I mean, I would guess Fernando's coming out for sure. Dante Moore's still up in the air. By the way, Browns, Carnell Tate. That makes a lot of sense. It does. Let me just scroll down. Let me see if I see Ty Simpson anywhere. At all. Let's see. Wow, do they not have him mocked in the first round? That would probably be the first control. I don't see him. No. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's the first one of those jokers I've seen. In fact, I just saw Ty Simpson in the top 7 in a CBS mock draft, I think it was. Maybe the Cleveland Browns actually is what they had. Yikes. So it's no secret Crosby wasn't happy about the team's decision to shut him down for the season. Jay Glazer filled in some blanks on Crosby's mindset. Quote, I've been on the phone with Maxx a bunch over the last couple of days. Maxx is not happy. He's like, Jay, I play football. This is what I do. I've had a knee injury since like week 3. I've played with it the entire time. They told me they're shutting me down, and I was like, no, absolutely not. I play football. There's no shutting it down for me. I want to be out there. I want to be out there with my teammates. It wasn't just acceptable. It just wasn't acceptable to Maxx, Glazer said. Remember back at the trade deadline, guys, I said Maxx Crosby told me and the Raiders, I don't want to get traded anywhere no matter what. You've got to wonder now if that still holds true despite this. An ESPN report over the weekend said Crosby is dealing with a meniscus issue that will require surgery. According to Albert Breer, Crosby got 2 second opinions on the knee prior to the Raiders ending his season. Whether Crosby needs surgery was never in question. That was a known in October. The gray area was how long he could play before shutting it down. Several doctors the team consulted said the damage was much greater than it had been earlier in the season and that it would be unreasonable for him to continue playing. Crosby got 2 second opinions. However, the Raiders decided to shut him down, leading to an incensed Crosby leaving the facility. So, here we go. According to head coach Pete Carroll, the issues between the Raiders and defensive end Maxx Crosby have been resolved. Do say. Carroll told reporters at a Monday press conference that Crosby is back in the building. Quote, we're doing great. We're seeing eye to eye on what's going on. I don't think you can bring him back now, can you? I mean, they just going to let him hang out? Crosby was reportedly upset last week. Okay, we just went through that. So that was it. Pete Carroll said he's back in the building. We're doing great. I'm sure. He's probably doing great right now because he knows Pete Carroll's not going to be there. But I think Maxx Crosby also realizes that's probably not a Pete Carroll decision because, Pete Carroll may not be there. This sounds like a Mark Davis, Tom Brady situation. John Spytek. I did a video the other day about the hierarchy, the power structure of what's going on here. And it's like, who the bleep is really in charge? Is it Tom Brady or is it John Spytek? Now, Spytek's Tom Brady's boy, but, I mean, who's really carrying the stick? So to speak. Who's walking into the room and dropping it on the table? I mean, let's not be stupid. It's Tom Brady. I'm not involved in that shit. Okay. I just don't believe that, I just don't. And Tom Brady is seeing a quarterback dancing in his head, one of these two. And if I had to guess, because look, the entire thing about the reason the Raiders have been tied to Dante Moore is because it looked like they were not getting the number 1 overall pick. But now that they are, will that have them pivot off all these Dante Moore projections over to Fernando Mendoza, which, let's be real, feels more like a Tom Brady kind of pick. What is he, 6'5", probably 225, 230, big, tall. He's obviously, a very team kind of guy. He acts like a guy that's probably going to put his heart, soul, and life into nothing but football. Well, who else did that? Thomas Brady. Tom Brady. And people have said, well, he's going to be like Kirk Cousins. Well, one thing we know is when you look at Kirk Cousins' career, if the draft was to be done over, he obviously would have went a hell of a lot higher with 50,000 passing yards or something. It's something ridiculous. But, that just tells you. This kind of feels like a Tom Brady, the perfect kind of Tom Brady kind of pick, if you ask me. By the way, Pete Carroll likes big, tall quarterbacks too. But I don't know that Pete's going to be around for that. And, again, Dante Moore, is he even coming out? Word has it on them streets, that Phil Knight wants to give him somewhere in the neighborhood of $8 million to come back to Oregon. And he could use going back to Oregon, because I don't think he's got 20 starts yet. Even after the playoffs, I think it's going to come up to 17 or 18 or something like that. You'd rather see him come back and get 30 starts. We all know the statistics are 30 starts is where it is. Guys that get that many starts just tend to be more successful. Ty Simpson should absolutely go back. Fernando should really go back. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.